New merch alert!
Yeah, that's right. New Kurtis merch is out right now. We got this cute, awesome t-shirt and a bunch of other amazing pieces as well. So go check out my website. Click the link in the description. Okay, folks. Wait, what's that? Oh, right. Sorry, I totally forgot. It's my Variety 10 Comics to Watch Award 2023. Damn, that's crazy. Wow. So yeah, thank you to everybody. Thank you, Variety. Thank you, Just for Laughs. That was awesome. Okay, folks. There's been a lot of streaming services over the years, and what they lack in residual payments to writers and actors, they make up for it in terrible content. I feel like out of all of the shows that streaming services put out, only like 5% of them are good, and only like 1% of those make it past the first season. It's frustrating because streaming services were supposed to solve all the problems with cable television. You know, like the lack of freedom and flexibility of what you want to watch and when, the amount of ads, the steep price. But as time went on, I feel like cable TV is like probably cheaper than getting a monthly subscription to all of these separate streaming services, you know? And some of these streaming services put out episodes on a weekly basis, just like cable television. And also some of these streaming services have ads, just like cable television. So what's the difference? I just think these streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, they've gone too far. And I think it's time for a new streaming service to swoop in and take over the world. And you know what? That time is right now, because I found a streaming service called Reelshort, and this is by far the most entertaining streaming service in the world, for all the wrong reasons though. If you've never heard of Reelshort, that's not surprising. The only reason I found out about this is because one of you guys sent it to me and told me to make a video about it. That's the only way I know anything. I sit by my phone and I wait for you guys to tell me stuff. So, thank you. And Reelshort is unlike any other streaming service because Reelshort is strictly vertical. Should be called Real Tall. But with just a quick scroll through the app, you'll find your favorite movies like My Gorgeous Wife is an Ex-Convict. I wonder what that one's about. My Husband Killed Me, Then I Won the Mega Ball. I wonder what that one's about. Big Bad Husband, Please Wake Up. And who could forget everybody's favorite, Big Bad Husband, Please Wake Up 2. I'm like, hey man, if he hasn't woken up in 2 movies, sorry to break it to you, but I think your Big Bad Husband is tired. But yeah, that's what Reelshort has to offer. Bunch of weird looking movies with really strange names that give away the entire plot. You know, which is always a good idea when you're making a movie. For example, my favorite Bruce Willis film, He Was Dead the Whole Time. Or that Brad Pitt fighting movie called Tyler Ain't Real. So good. But the intriguing thing about Reelshort is you can't just watch the movie in full. Each movie is broken up into like 60, and that's 60 minute long segments. So each part is like real short, I guess. On the app, you can pretty much only watch a movie one scene at a time. And then they do this super cool thing at the end of every single scene where they force you to pay real money or watch an ad before you can see the next scene. And some of these ads are longer than the episodes. And we'll get to one of the movies in a second, but if you check out all the reviews on the App Store, every single review is complaining about how the scenes are way too short and they have to watch way too many ads. Like this one. 1 star. Well, thinking I would give this app a try as I saw a film I might like to watch. I was surprised at how many times the show stops, making you watch an ad to continue. You don't get to watch anything barely before another ad. I would not recommend this app under the current programming. It seems like there's more ads than actual show being played. And here's the developer response. Hi, you have 15 to 20 ads to unlock episodes for free per day. Each ads is up to 5 to 45 seconds. Our team is working hard to improve users' experience. You can also earn free bonus with following ways. 1. Daily check-in. 2. Watch ads every day. You can replay the whole series after you unlock all the episodes. Many users like Reelshort stories. Your higher score will give our team a great incentive. So their response to the complaint of the frequency of ads was,
have you tried watching ads every day?
So the app is poorly designed and it's clearly trying to make the most money without factoring in the user experience. But how is the content? Would it surprise you if I told you it was the best content I've ever seen? Of course it would, because it's not true. On the contrary, this is actually some of the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. So I thought together we'd take a look at one of these movies today. And the one that we'll be watching is called Fated to My Forbidden Alpha. Here's the synopsis. Fated to My Forbidden Alpha is a werewolf romance that tells the story of forbidden love, the strength of the human spirit, and the transformative power of love. And there's some absolutely ridiculous stuff in this 60-part movie, so strap in.
But before we talk about the
movie, let's hear a word from today's sponsor, Dragon City. Dragon City is a super fun game where you can create your own dragon empire by collecting, hatching, and evolving over 1,000 unique dragons. You can construct and customize your dream city with magical habitats, buildings, and decorations. You can engage in exciting PvP battles with other dragon masters to prove your dragon strength and become the best dang dragon master in the whole world. And I'm extra excited about this because Dragon City put a special Kurtis dragon into the game for you all to play with. Look at him, he's so cute. He's got a cool shirt on, he's got a mullet, a pearl necklace, a microphone. He's literally me. So if you're ready to embark on an adventure filled with enchanting quests, ancient legends, and mythical creatures, then quit dragging your feet and download Dragon City by simply clicking the link in the description, scanning the QR code that's on screen. Once you do that, you'll get a special free starter pack with 15,000 food, 30,000 gold, and 10 gems, and you'll also get to play with the Kurtis dragon. Thank you so much to Dragon City for sponsoring this video. Seriously guys, go check it out. Just click the link, try it, it's free, it's a lot of fun, and it helps me out a bunch when you check out the sponsors, and helps you out because you'll be having a great time with a super fun game. So yeah, thank you Dragon City. Back to the video. The movie opens on this old-timey castle where Tinfany, and yes, that's Tinfany with an N before the F, Tinfany is making out with this guy named Jackson. He's the alpha of the Blood Moon Pack. They're interrupted by Celine Lovett, the maid of the Blood Moon Pack, and Tinfany gives her a nice high five. Celine then threatens to leave when Jackson says this.
You have no home, nowhere to run.
Just leave and be
A rogue? You don't even have your wolf yet.
So yeah, in this movie's universe, when you turn 18, you get your own wolf. I don't think it's like a physical wolf, it's more of like a spiritual wolf. I guess on all levels except physical, you get a wolf. We now cut to this guy, Ethel Lovett, and he's yelling at this other guy named Alexander Kane, and they're both alphas of their packs. I don't know what these packs do exactly, but they call themselves alphas. That's pretty cool. Oh, yeah. Alexander Kane is the alpha of the Nightwind pack, which is upsetting because I thought I was the alpha of the Nightwind pack. I fart in my sleep all the time. And spoiler alert, kind of, Ethel Lovett is Celine Lovett's dad. I don't think we're supposed to know that plot twist yet, but they sort of gave it away by spelling out everyone's full fucking name when the character's introduced. And I know they fucked up because later on in the movie, Celine says she doesn't have a last name.
I don't really have a last name.
But anyways, Ethel is yelling at Alexander because Jackson and the Blood Moon Pack attacked his pack like 15 years ago and kidnapped their daughter.
Those Blood Moon bastards attacked my pack 15 years ago and my poor daughter vanished.
So he wants Alexander to go to war with the Blood Moon Pack.
My alpha, I came as soon as I heard. Are you sure you want to start a war with the Blood Moon Pack?
Yeah, if you were also wondering if there were beta guys in this movie, there is. One of the main characters' names is Beta Drake. And you know, I really hope he knew that was his character's name, like while he was filming the movie, you know? It would suck to find that out after the fact.
Oh, Alexander, you are the
Dude, look, this is my scene. Oh, no way. What's your character's name? Oh, my character's name is Drake. You know, I don't want to speak too soon, but I feel like this could be my big break. Oh my god, there you are. No way.
My alpha, I came as soon as I heard. Are you sure you want to start a war with
Wait,
the Blood Moon Pack?
why does it say Beta Drake? That's not my character's name. They can't do that. I'm ruined. Are you crying? That's pretty beta. No, I'm not crying. You are crying. Pull up my IMDb. This has got to be a typo or something. Okay, sure. You're not gonna like this. Let me see. It says my character's full name is Beta Cuck Tiny Dick Crybaby Pussy Drake Jr. It was a typo.
Alright, so the other weird thing about this movie and the Reelshort app in general is the whole thing is pretty much like softcore pornography. And the troubling thing about that is this app did not have me verify my age or anything. Like, this shit is just readily available for anybody who has access to the App Store. Because in this next scene, Celine walks in on just full-on blindfolded intercourse. I'm not gonna show it, obviously, but it's pretty alarming. And what's even more alarming, this app has like a For You page type thing where you can scroll and watch previews of other movies they have available. And one of these previews shows, and trigger warning here for assault, but one of the previews shows a man trying to engage in intercourse with a woman who is asleep. I'm not gonna show that either, but the reason I had to film the screen like a fucking ransom video is because whenever you try to record your screen when you're using the Reelshort app, pop-up appears threatening legal action if you distribute their content anywhere, so. Whoops. Little do they know, I got this video from YouTube. And also this falls under fair use. So yeah, after Celine walks in on them, Jackson gets mad at Celine for not calling him an alpha.
Why won't you call me Alpha?
Which has gotta be the least alpha thing you can do, right?
Why won't you call me an alpha?
So yeah, Jackson and Tiffany are having an engagement party, and Jackson finds out that Alexander Kane is coming, so he tells Celine that she has to work during the whole party.
It's my 18th birthday that day. You promised me a break.
I changed my mind.
Should've called him Alpha. Should've called him Al. Whoa, is that what that song is about?
Alpha.
And right after that scene is when the movie gives away yet another huge plot point prematurely. So in this movie's universe, there's a moon goddess who controls everything, and the moon goddess actually pairs people together as lifelong mates. And you're only allowed to mate with the one person that the moon goddess paired you with. And apparently Jackson is Celine's mate.
She'll find out I'm her mate when she turns 18, and I will reject her then and there.
Well, that's gonna break her.
You're dismissed, Beta Luke.
This is the world Andrew Tate wants to live in, I think.
Beta Luke.
He'd fucking watch this movie and see no problem with it. He'd be fucking squirting in his little shorts, I think. And it features a young woman held against her will. This is right up his alley. So we cut to Celine waking up on the morning of her 18th birthday. And dude, I just gotta say, I am so confused about the time period this takes place in, because they live in a fucking medieval castle. Celine's dressed like a medieval maid. There's like mystical wolves and shit, but she also just has a flip phone. I know flip phones are old, but they're not that old. And I think things would have gone down a little bit differently if they did have flip phones back in medieval times. Trust me, they would.
Dude, this is genius. They're gonna have no idea. When we pop out of here and start swinging our swords, they're gonna be like, what the heck?
Dude, turn your phone off. Dude, what are you doing? Why'd you bring your cell phone?
I'm sorry. One second. Hello.
Hello, Squire. Methinks we should get
I can't talk right now. I'm in the Trojan horse.
What? No way, they're gonna be so surprised.
I know, they're gonna be so surprised.
Dude, hang up. Dude,
Alright, I'll hang up.
What the fuck, man?
Sorry, I didn't think I'd have service in here. It's a wooden horse, man. How do you...
Just leave your phone at home.
Okay, yeah, you just want me to leave my phone at home? Like, listen to yourself. You sound crazy. Oh, man, they're setting us on fire.
They'll name condoms after this.
All right, so it's Celine's 18th birthday. Let's see if she gets a wolf.
Happy birthday, Celine. It's me, Lila. I'm your wolf.
My wolf, Lila, you're here. You're my wolf.
My wolf, Lila, you're here. You're my wolf.
Yes, Celine. It's so nice to finally meet you and to finally tell you about our mate.
Dude, it looks so bad, dude. Oh my god. The wolf literally looks like a fucking character talking in Star Fox 64.
We're heading out. All aircraft report.
Anyways, let's see what this wolf has to say.
It's Jackson Richford, the alpha of Blood Moon Pack.
Did you know? For all these years you knew that I was your mate, but you still...
So what?
So Jackson confronts Celine and rejects her as his mate.
I reject you, Celine.
But then she accepts the rejection and a magical red yarn dissolves between them. And then he's like immediately mad about it for some reason.
I accept your rejection, Jackson.
You what? You'll never be mated again.
I fucking hate you. Okay. You're breaking my heart. So yeah, Alexander Kane pulls up to the party, and this is the first time he sees Celine. And judging from the slow motion and nice music, I think they like each other. And then Alexander tells Beta Drake that she is his mate.
That girl from earlier, she's my mate. Find out who she is.
Which doesn't make any sense because they made a huge deal about having only one mate for the rest of your life.
You'll never be mated again.
And Celine was rejected by her one mate, Jackson.
I reject you.
So how the fuck can she be Alexander's mate?
Checkmate!
Beta Drake confronts Celine to find out some more about her.
Please, my birthday already sucks.
It's her birthday?
Also, saying Beta Drake is making me think like how funny it would be if there was a musical artist named Beta Drake and he was like exactly the same music as Drake, but just like really weak, timid, beta male shit, you know? 21, can I do something for you? So in this next scene, Jackson is trying to set up Alexander with one of the she-wolves that live at the castle, which again, how is that possible when you only have the one mate that is assigned to you by the moon goddess? But regardless, he goes on to tell them that he has a crush on Celine.
That maid from earlier.
So now Celine is sitting in her room talking to her wolf about how nervous she is to meet Alexander, and this is when her wolf tells her some crazy news.
That's your mate bond. Alexander came. He's our mate.
Wait, what? But we accepted Jackson's rejection.
That's what I'm saying.
The moon goddess gave us another.
Oh, isn't that convenient? Oh, isn't that convenient? The moon goddess gave you another. Isn't that convenient? Sorry, whatever. I'm sure they'll explain it later in the movie, so it makes sense. They don't. So yeah, Celine heads over to Alexander's room, and this scene is very weird. Trigger warning for assault again.
Alexander. Ew! Jackson?
Yeah, I don't know why this app keeps including these like super predatory situations into their videos, but super fucked up. So there's a huge altercation, and Alexander steps in with a really good Liam Payne impression.
Don't fucking touch her. If you lay another finger on my mate, I'll make sure you live the rest of your life without it.
So Alexander whisks Celine away, and he assures her that he's gonna take care of her now.
I will take care of you now.
And hey, I'll say it, she just turned 18. Alexander's what, like 25 at the youngest? That's fucking weird. Is that what they mean when they call wolves apex predators? Wolves are just like in discords grooming teens. Okay, this next scene also makes no fucking sense because Jackson is making out with Tinfany and accidentally calls her Celine.
Celine.
Which is insane because Tinfany is a name that you would never forget. He then goes on to explain that he's been in love with Celine for years.
I've always loved you.
What?
So yeah, there's a major problem right there, or like, I guess it's a minor problem. He then gets all grabby and victim blamey on Celine, which is actually an incredibly accurate depiction of how self-proclaimed alpha males behave around women. And then Alexander comes in with a nice fist bump. They then go back to Alexander's house and they're about to, you know, wrestle. And then she stops because she needs to have a shower.
I need to bathe.
And it's super funny because they've made like several references so far about how like dirty and gross Celine is, and how she never showers and stuff.
That bitch doesn't even shower.
Right for cold, left for hot. That's the shampoo, conditioner, body wash.
You call that a shower?
While also having an entire face of makeup done with like smooth, silky hair. Disgusting! They both have separate conversations with their respective wolves. And dude, I am so confused by the concept of this. Like, are these wolves them? Are the wolves inside of them? Like, do they have that dog in them? I don't know. Or is it like a completely sentient, physical wolf, or is it just like a spectral wolf, or like a sniper wolf? Like who knows, right? That would fucking suck if the wolf you got on your 18th birthday was Sniper Wolf. Hey Sniper Wolf, I'm like super stressed. Can you give me like an original thought or opinion? Just one? Damn it! They end up not having intercourse that night. Damn it! But the next morning, Celine meets Alexander's sister, and she asks some super weird questions.
How's Alexander? I know, bold question, but the rumors are just too wild, so I had to ask. So?
Super gross. Nice to meet you. I've heard a lot of rumors about my brother's sex life, so I gotta ask. Did you bang my bro? Oh yeah, you might be wondering what Alexander Kane does for a living to afford this lavish lifestyle, you know? He's got nice cars, a nice house, he's well groomed. Sorry, he's a groomer. Well, wonder no more.
Alexander founded Wolfbite, one of the largest crypto startups in the States. He can afford everything.
I don't know about that. Also, this might be a personal thing, but I feel like if your movie has a castle in it, don't use the word crypto. Those things don't mix, okay? I don't think medieval knights wore blockchain mail armor. Sorry, I'm not sad about the joke I just made. I was just thinking about the wage gap. So a bunch more bullshit happens in the movie. Jackson invites Celine back to the castle because he has some info about her parents.
Damn it, Jackson, just tell me.
I will, if you come back.
And I've just gotta say, watching this movie front to back was one of the most challenging things I've ever done in my life. It is so boring and stupid and just hard to watch. And I think the main reason for that is the whole thing is fucking vertical. Like, Quibi happened so we know as a society that like long form content doesn't really work in a vertical format. It's all good, but like, you know, some things are just better horizontal, you know? You know what I'm saying? Open casket funerals. Imagine if the fucking coffin was standing up, dude. That'd be terrifying. You see? Okay, so later in the movie, Celine and Alexander finally get it on, doggy style, I assume, and Alexander engages in some stellar pillow talk.
Hey, random, but do you remember anything about your parents?
Jesus, man. Sorry for making you call me daddy back there. Must have been weird because you don't have one. Anyways, Alexander gets a phone call and then he does his best impression of Millie Bobby Brown.
Shit, I gotta go meet Drake.
And then Celine heads back to the castle to confront Jackson about her parents. And this scene is hilarious because Jackson opens the door to his castle, which is supposed to be tucked away in like the middle of a forest.
My castle is tucked deep into the woods.
And when he opens the door, you can see like a fucking suburban home, street signs, and like parked cars and shit. Which kind of puts gentrification into perspective, you know? Like, it's shitty that people keep building these huge, ugly, modern homes everywhere, but like, could you imagine if someone like across the street from you just built a huge medieval style castle instead? With like a moat and like a drawbridge and archers and shit? That would be fucking terrifying. You know, you'd wake up in the middle of the night and your neighbor's castle is getting stormed by an angry mob of goblins, so you have to get out of bed and don your enchanted armor and unsheath your cursed blade and run full speed at the goblins, slicing them to pieces while the castle goers chant your name, Kurtis, Kurtis, Kurtis. And then when you finally slit the throat of the final goblin, he's on the floor, drowning in his own blood, and he's like, "Hey, I'm so scared. Am I gonna go to heaven?" And then you say, "No!" You know? So yeah, anyway, Celine confronts Jackson and he spills the beans on her parents.
My parents snatched you up from the Red Dog pack when we attacked. Your souvenir.
And it's crazy because when you take away all like the beta, alpha, like wolf terminology, he just described a mass murder / kidnapping. These are crimes, okay? I feel like if a normal person had to spend a day with these people, they'd fucking go crazy. Alpha Jackson will be banished from the Wolfpack peace treaty if he keeps this up. What are you talking about? And although my wolf is pretty upset with me, you have a wolf? Moon Goddess will be the final judge after she assigns me a new mate. Yeah, I'm a wolf and my crypto startup is pretty epic. So while Celine and Jackson are having this little talk, Alexander and Beta Drake are having a meeting of their own. And this is when Alexander says something pretty intriguing.
I don't sense her alpha blood, but she's also too young. She's also too young.
Scratch that. Reverse that.
She's also too young.
She's too young, you say? Interesting. Meanwhile, Celine ends up getting poisoned by Tinfany and she passes out. And this is when something fucking crazy happens. Okay, horrible CGI aside, I guess they are the wolves also. They could turn into the wolf, but they can also talk to the wolf. So the wolf has got that human in it. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it, okay? I don't get it. So Celine ends up in a fucking coma, and she wakes up a few weeks later. And in that time, Alexander has apparently waged war on the Blood Moon Pack.
Alexander went apeshit on Blood Moon and led the entire Nightwind army to attack the day you were admitted.
Apparently fucking killed everybody except for Jackson, who's just like really severely injured. So we're getting close to the end now, I promise. Alexander brings Celine to meet with her birth parents, and then out of nowhere, we find out that she can read minds?
They're gonna have to answer for kidnapping the future alpha of Red Dawn.
I want to strip Celine naked.
Celine, we're gonna make sure that they pay for what they did to you.
I want to her right here.
All right. So yeah, I don't know where the fuck that came from, but I guess she can read minds now. In the last 10 minutes of the movie, she gains the ability to read minds. Read this. I want to kill a goblin. Dude, I'll say it. Randomly adding superpowers is not cool, man. It's never been cool. Like, remember when you were a kid and you're like play fighting with the annoying kid on your street, and then you clearly hit him with your sword and he's like, I can see the future, so I knew that you were gonna hit me and I dodged it. And it's like, no, you can't fucking see the future, Eric. If you could, you wouldn't have cried so much when your parents got divorced. So the movie ends with Celine confronting Jackson and the Blood Moon Pack.
That's why I came here today, to make sure that no one ever tells a lie again.
I propose to banish Tiffany from the community to live as a rogue forever.
Okay, yeah, that's the punishment, is to banish them from the community. Dude, speaking of community, this actually reminds me of that one episode of Community.
Take this man to the infinite labyrinth of eternal ice. Yeah! No! Take him to the police. He murdered someone.
It's the same thing, man. These are fucking war criminals. Take them to jail. Don't fucking force them to live as a rogue, dude. That's not a punishment. That sounds fucking badass if I'm being honest. But alas, Tiffany and Jackson get banished.
I love you, Celine.
Celine and Jackson get married, and they live happily ever after. So yeah, that was fated to my forbidden alpha. I don't think we need any more vertical movies, okay? As far as I'm concerned, there's already one amazing vertical movie, and that's MVP 2 Most Vertical Primal. And it's one thing to make a shitty vertical movie, but to have the gall to break up said shitty vertical movie into 60-minute long parts and then force people to watch a minute-long ad in between each part. I'm no math genius, but that's equal parts movie and ad. That's fucking insane, dude. So in conclusion, Reelshort? More like real shark. Stinks like poop and fart. Smells like caca and wee-wiz. Yeah, that's it. Press the like button if you enjoyed it, because believe it or not, 1 like equals 1 goblin that I will murder. Leave a comment, let me know what you thought. And also press subscribe button, check out the new merch, check out my podcast, all that stuff. All right, thank you so much.
And once again, thank you to Dragon City for sponsoring this video. Be sure to click the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen to download Dragon City for free today to get your free starter pack and to play with the Kurtis Dragon.
All right, that's it. I would stick around, but unfortunately I have to go listen to She-Wolf by Shakira. Bye.